God is good, people. It's a great day here. Mighty Sharp Network, and we are here on the Shareholders podcast. Thank you for listening or watching as well. I have a great guest with me, and I want to give you guys a little bit of background first. I went to a conference, and it was or a summit, I should call it. It was Shades of Health Summit, and I really just branched out. It's not something I would have normally went to, but I saw some people posting about it. I said, let me just check it out. And honestly, people, this podcast was not in my mindset yet until I went there and I met some amazing people and really heard some great insights. And so you'll be on this show in the coming weeks hearing from some of those people that I met there and some other people as well. This is a podcast for entrepreneurs, for business people. We're just trying to, as I like to say, educate and elevate. And so my guest I have today is Mr. Trainz, and he spoke on a men's panel at the summit. And the summit is based around women, but it's for everybody. And he spoke. And the thing is, if you remember, man, they kind of didn't give you a lot of time.
I had about, I think about 4 minutes.
Yeah,
4 minutes to speak.
They introduced him first, and then they kind of went through the panel. And by the time they got back to him, but even in them 4 minutes, he was great. And I said, hopefully I can get this brother to come on, and he was excellent. Mr. Trainz, welcome to the Shareholders podcast. How you doing, sir?
Oh, man, I'm blessed to be here. Thank you for having me. Like you were saying, this was completely unexpected until that day. And it just in that little 4 minutes of time, they said basically, sum up why you're here. I was like, okay, all right. Well, that means I'm about to go on a tangent. I'm about to go on a roll. You're gonna give me the stand for a few minutes, And I had a great reaction. Glory to God. But outside of that, he contacted me to say, hey, man, I got to have you on the show. And I'm still kind of in awe, of what just happened on the stage.
Well, listen, it was really, really well spoken. We're going to get into a lot of that. I'm going to tell you guys right now, old Monty Mont, you got to understand something. I'm doing this for y'all. And let me tell you why. Now, if you see my brother, he's repping them Lakers, you know what I mean? And that's no problem. Love that. Checked him out. They doing good. Brian and the squad. But
number one. Uno.
You have to understand something.
First.
This is also a Raiders fan that is sitting next to me.
Yes, it is. And we're at number 2 in our division.
And as a 49ers fan,
we
really shouldn't even be in the same room. But that's why I'm making sacrifices.
Look, I have a great relationship with 49ers fans. My pastor's a 49er fan.
What?
So hey, look, God can bring anything together.
I'm about to say that's a good man you with. That's a man of God.
Yes,
man.
yes.
But yeah. So all that aside, we can, we'll do a sports podcast, bring you back, man. We'll talk all about those things and all that. But let's gonna get into it real quick. So first thing, a little background. What made you even want to become a trainer? And I should say that, I'm sorry. He is a trainer. He's a professional trainer. So he spoke on some things about health and at the summit and stuff like that, but I should have said that to begin with. He is a trainer. So what made you want to become a trainer in the first place?
Well, originally, I've always loved physical fitness in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Mm-hmm. I started off with softball when I was knee high. Then it went to Boys and Girls Club basketball. Then we ran a track. Then we playing football. Then, it's always some sort of, like, this is back when kids used to play outside.
Yeah, come on, talk about it.
If you under 25, I don't know if you know what that is.
But
if you over 25, I think you might remember the time. So you used to ride down the street. You used to know where everybody was at because there was a bunch of bikes in front of the house and everything. So in this era we used to be outside, we used to do this thing called activity.
Yeah.
We used to sweat, like
imagine that.
The grossest thing ever. But I'm just saying,
wow.
But so that's always been my bread and butter, And after high school, I went to the military.
Okay.
All right, but even in the military, to find my niche in training happened there because I became a part of the training department, and I was a part of ensuring that the command was physically ready to standards of the military.
Yeah.
So that's where I got my first taste of training.
Okay.
And then when I was going through some ups and downs of life and everything, like if the most popular word in the world right now, anxiety.
Yeah.
Anxiety hit me. I have my battles with it. Fitness is what pulled me out of it, So after this roller coaster, I got up to mass about 280, almost 300 pounds, of weight, of basically just sadness, just a big pile of pity party is basically what I was, Life had smacked me and I wasn't fighting back, Wow. So this for anybody out there that's being hit, get up.
Yeah, come on.
Because this entire testament to me being a trainer is because I decided to get up. So what I was doing is I didn't have the money to afford a gym membership at that time, so I was running on the pavement and doing pull-ups at the park,
Old
push-ups,
school.
burpees, everything, straight calisthenics.
Yeah.
You know, so it was I built a passion for it off what I seen it, what I was watching it do for me.
Yeah.
You know, I was changing. My confidence was growing. You know, I was vibrant. I was up. I was excited. Like, I'm walking around at 4:45, 5 in the morning, Juice talking about some, I want to get to my workout. Is it too early to go do a workout? Because my mindset's changing. But it averted from so many things that I was giving it attention to. I was worried about friends. I was worried about relationships.
Yeah.
I was worried about opinions, social media, all these different things. And ultimately what fitness is the greatest analogy of putting effort and energy into yourself.
Okay.
No matter what you do when it comes to working out, like I could do a whole bunch of, you could do a whole bunch of burpees. You could do a whole bunch of push-ups. You could take it to the gym. You could do bench press. But it's not going to do anything for me.
Right, that's true.
So fitness, what it did, it taught me how to manage self and how to grow in self and how to, like it's a direct result. What you put in, you get out. And after I got to my result that I wanted to get to, I lost 60 pounds in the span of 3 months.
Whoa, wow.
And after I started growing more and started educating myself and seeing what it is, just feeling, and the greatest feeling, I'm gonna be honest, this might be a little bit vain, but the greatest feeling is when somebody else walks up to you and out of nowhere, out of no prompt, they mention it to you like, hey, you've been working out, you looking good,
Yeah,
you do this, like, because
it's
recognizable success. It's like walking around with a trophy, like you can see I did something.
Yeah.
I'm putting effort into me. I'm not just talking about it. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And it's something so great to be proud of self. And then I saw so many people didn't have that.
Wow.
And then I started seeing so many people sad. Then I started so many people lost. And then I started to learn the real education behind training and nutrition and fitness and everything. And then I seen so many people duped that have real aspirations.
Yeah.
So when you see something like that, the word says you have ears to hear and eyes to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's for me to see. It bothers me for a reason. So I decided to do something with him. This is all before I knew really what, knew really a faith understanding, but I knew something was pulling me towards there, or knew a real, I just knew that it felt good to get that result for myself. And I wanted to give people a reason to feel good. So,
that's amazing, man, because the positive affirmation that you got in yourself, you really wanted to transfer to others. Like,
absolutely.
And that's amazing because it's like when we find something that works, sometimes people have a tendency to want to keep it to themselves.
Yes.
Like, okay, cool, I got something, I got a little success story. Let me, I don't want to let everybody know anything about it, but it ought to be that way where you found something that works. You saw others struggling in the same struggle and said, man, let me transfer this or try my best to help them. And that's just that positivity I get off of you, man. Just where, no, let me share and let me help.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
I can't
man.
watch somebody suffer, especially if I have an answer.
Hey, see, did y'all hear that? That might be on a T-shirt. I don't know. I like that right there. That was a quote right there. I might have to put that on there. So let's get into it then, because you know how it is. Should I get a trainer? Let me go to the gym? I could do it myself. Oh, trainers, they just telling you one thing, whatever.
Can I answer that one question?
Go.
Should I get a trainer?
Go right into it. That's
all right.
What I'm about to ask you.
This is the greatest thing that I want to show people, right? All right, so Monty, I'm going to run it with you. Who is your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete? Ooh, man, that's a good one. Currently, I'm probably going to say LeBron.
Okay. Who's your second favorite athlete? Doesn't matter era.
Second favorite. Okay, then the 49ers, Jerry Rice. Come
okay.
on.
And third?
Third, let me see, Derek Jeter.
Coach. Each one of them had one.
Hey, there you go. That's true.
A trainer is not there to show you what you don't know. Because if you know something, then you feel like, oh, I don't need you.
Yeah.
No, a trainer is there to safely educate you, monitor you, and push you. External, that external force outside of you, that accountability, it does something for us. We're greater together. So if you have the goal, because if you look at LeBron James' trainer right now, he doesn't look like he goes to the gym. Jerry Rice's trainer did not look like he went to the gym. But these guys, they had a team of people that knew about what they want. So that's why you should get a trainer, because it becomes a relationship with somebody that knows what you want. Let's deliver it. Or you can take this hard-nosed road, getting sweet sweats, buying all these different products and everything.
Right.
You know, and you're doing all these things, but you know what? You still haven't got there.
Right.
So stop investing and start investing.
You just hit kind of two things there with the why and then the purpose of it, you know. So let me ask you this then, and be candid and be real with it.
Okay.
What separates Trainz from just another guy that I could get, or my cousin, he kind of train on the side, you know, what I need, what you gonna do for me that separates you from another trainer per se, and what you do?
The one thing that separates every trainer, the relationship.
Okay.
You know, now if you just want to be a number in a gym, you can go to these big box gyms. You can go to these classes, these huge boot camps, and I'm nothing against those. Everybody has their niche. I'm just saying, and you can just be a number in there, you know. Or if you're somebody that needs to get that little extra push, you can create a relationship with somebody that's going to keep you accountable.
Nice.
Or you could be somebody that's an aggressive type of individual like myself. Like if I have somebody that I consult with for my goals because I've never been a bodybuilder before and I want to hit the stage. Mm-hmm. So I have somebody that I'm consulting with. So if they know more in that area, I'm going to go ahead and listen. But it's always the relationship because I'm sorry, but my gym, LVAC, EOS, you know, B-Fit Training is the name of my gym. But we all have 45-pound weights.
Right.
We all have dumbbells.
Everybody's
you know, we have a sled. You know, we have treadmills. So it's all the same equipment. It's the people. It's the relationship. That's the difference.
That's a good answer. So then, put it like this now. What can you just quickly tell people that? Because we see this a lot where some people feel like, man, well, I could just work out, but my eating ain't this right. I'm not getting enough rest. But I'm just going to try to take it all out in the gym. Talk about the lifestyle it takes to maintain. I've seen some of your clients and the results and things, but it's more so a lifestyle than I hear a lot of trainers say that, and I think all university, you guys agree with this. It's not a diet. It's not just let me get in this dress real quick. And then you guys most of the good ones try to speak a lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do two things. I'm going to speak to that lifestyle, and I'm going to pop the hole in the diets.
Yeah.
All right. Diets try to emulate lifestyles. That's why they give them cute names, you know, but initially all they're doing is creating a caloric deficit. Mm-hmm. All right. A caloric deficit is the amount of calories that you're supposed to have daily, and then you remove 200 to 500. So you're actually being under, what's the word I'm looking for? Underfulfilled. And then so your body's going to starve and transform, not starve or transform, but then initiate a process of transform. You know, so that it doesn't matter if it's lack of carbs are 4 grams. 4 calories per gram. So if you're going to limit carbs, you're going to limit calories. So skip all that out the way and just understand that there's this major word called macros, right, or macronutrients. All right, now when you balance these macronutrients, it's going to let you know based upon your weight, your age, your activity level, your height, and these variables. It's going to let you know how many carbs, proteins, and fats per day that you're supposed to have. All right, now if you can maintain and manage that, that's how people change. You know, you can kind of change because people kind of starve themselves and everything, but it's not sustainable. Right. To make it a lifestyle, you have to create something that's therefore sustainable. So when people follow that macronutrient type of eating lifestyle, they can now eat initially whatever they want. It's known as if it fits your macros or flex dieting. Right. But ultimately what it does, it now allows you to be free and eat and not have bondage and be sad about having to eat this and eat that and skip holidays and all these other things that go along with it that get people derailed so they can continue to focus on their journey, because it's not about making it's not about dropping 30, 40 pounds in a day. It's about creating lifestyle habits that is going to equate to dropping 30, 40 pounds in your lifetime. Yeah. You know, and then by your discipline towards those habits would change the amount of time that it'll take, but it's all going to happen in a reasonable time, you know? But then, I'm sorry, what was the second question?
Well, you kind of hit, because you said you're going to pop the hole in the diets thing. Yeah. And you kind of hit both of that. But if I can, okay, so I think people really feel like, though, that once they kind of start a little bit, and maybe you can put tell me if this is true or not. Sometimes it feels like that plateau happens. So I'm working out, I'm eating right. Man, lost like 9 pounds, but then when it kind of plateaus, it seems like people get so discouraged because it's like, man, I finally get a little bit more. But when that is, to me, it's going to hit at some point to where,
Okay.
I hit a wall. Now it's like, and maybe that's anything in life, but with your clients, when they come to you and say, "Man, Jay, I ain't where I need to be, but I'm doing the work," what would you tell them?
The first thing I'm gonna say is, one, don't beat yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing the right thing by finding a professional. Because the mental approach to this is everything. If you're attacking yourself over your goals before your goals even happen, then how are they supposed to happen?
Yeah.
You're never going to encourage yourself enough to get through the hard days. Nobody promises to be a cakewalk.
There you go. There you go.
Resistance training, which is the number one thing for you to transform your body, equipped with the proper nutrition. It's grueling. I wouldn't say grueling, but the weight can get heavy. It can only get that heavy because you can perform to that level. And the thing is, people that reach plateaus, they're used to performing at a specific level. So the body's saying, well, I've changed as much for this speed. You gonna go faster? Because if you're not gonna go faster, this is all we're gonna change.
Yeah.
There's this theory called progressive overloading, right? And what you're gonna do is you're consistently gonna add weight to your routine. This is for strength training workouts. So as you continually add weight to your routine, as you're going through your programs, your body's going to continue to change because you're therefore continuously changing the load that's on your muscles, the way your body's performing, what it's used to. Yeah. You never get comfortable, right? Fitness is the perfect example of being uncomfortable. Yeah. You gotta know that when you do pull-ups that your hands gonna burn. It's cool. I love it. My thighs gonna burn when I'm doing these squats. I love it. You gotta love the process. Yeah. Love those squats though, because the squats are one of the best compound workouts for your body. Yeah. They do so much work for you. The reason that it takes so much out of you is because it's doing so much at the same time. Yeah. I promise you, if you want easy, you don't want fitness. But if you want progression, you want fitness.
That's good, man. So from an entrepreneurial side, let me ask you then, where do you want to go with this training thing that you're in right now? Is this your ultimate goal? Like, is this something that you're good at, or is there something you want to grow your business? Like, where do you want to go with your training?
Ultimately, I want to create an avenue that affects mental health. Okay. I'm a veteran. I know that 22 veterans take their life a day. Yeah, that is. And to sacrifice your life or sacrifice the route of your life to serve, we always don't get the right shake of things. They just issued the no camping ban on the homeless out here in Las Vegas. Yeah, man. And 72% of them are veterans. Yeah. So I want to create something for mental health and for veterans, and ultimately a place that people that can heal. It's almost I want to give people. I want to create a system that's a large scale version of what fitness did for me.
Nice. Okay,
that's the best way to put it.
That's a good way to put it. So then, maybe this ties in with what you just talked about. What does success look like to you for your life? Not that you're not successful now, but your dreams and kind of what you're combining now, when you can just look back and say, man, this is really where I want to be.
Really, real answer to that? A business that funnels into my church. Yeah. Because that's where I got my understanding. A business that I can leave to my children. Yeah. Because legacy is everything. And a business that people can look back on as a catalyst for themselves and say, it was there. Wow. It was there.
Man, you're knocking these questions out the park. I'm like, that's pretty good.
The only reason I can knock these questions out the park is because I paid the price of pain to learn it. Yeah. So I'm trying to give people the shortcut.
That is literally what this podcast is about, man. It's just the fact that, listen, you might be, just starting out, be in the middle. You might already be accomplished something. And you know what I found with people that have already accomplished things is that they still like to learn. Yeah. That's the
thing though. We're never not at the, I don't know why, when I first started business, I thought that I would just be in a different place.
Yeah.
You know, like eventually it would just get easy. It would just smooth out and everything. But you know what? The very same way I do business, like, of course I'm more efficient.
Yeah.
But the same type of anxiety rush, not like an anxiety, but like a sense of urgency.
Yeah, the urgency.
The day one sense of urgency I still get.
Yeah. Yes,
so
sir.
if you're looking for it to get easier, it's not. You just get better in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's normally like if you're a firefighter and you're not a firefighter, okay, you know, you look at fire differently, you know, kind of like, it's like, okay, I know how to take care of that now versus, oh my goodness, let me get out of here.
Right.
You know, you have different tactics that you build along the way, but that same sense of urgency is always there. So,
which is why people always say it's best to love what you do.
oh,
because
yes. So that's a major part.
Yes.
Right. As an entrepreneur, right? I feel like this is a big thing. If you don't love, if you won't do what you want to do for free,
come on,
you won't have a business doing.
Yes, sir.
Because you have to you got to eat crow sometimes. You
Yes.
got to eat mud. It's going to be some things that happen sometimes that you're like, why did this go this way? You think
Seriously.
business is just going to be about transactions? Oh, you naive little child. Still wet behind the ears and all that. You know what I mean? But, you know, once you grow through those days,
Yes,
once you figure out, okay, the stove is hot.
Yeah.
Well, I know how to cook with it now. You know what I mean? Once you figure out the stove is hot, you'll figure out how to cook with it.
Listen, he is talking. If y'all could have just seen us trying to set this up right now for him today, I was like, some stuff didn't go right, but the thing is,
everything went how it was supposed to.
And it flows like that, and those anxieties and the urgency, it comes, but because you love it so much, you don't really dwell on it. Now, when it's something you hate, that anxiety that'll drive folks to want to quit and all that. But
yeah,
that speaks well, man. I'm here.
I could say to that, I've let my heart and love get me into commitments that my passion couldn't keep me in, and I have to deal with those, you know what I mean? But that's why it's so important to do what you love.
Yeah, because
it's way different when you don't love what you do.
Man, let me finish up with this, man. Is there have you read anything you could recommend? I mean, I love to read books, man. I love to read. Is there anything lately that you've read, or just one of your favorites that you could recommend to the listeners, to those watching? Just something that inspires you.
Okay, well, that inspires me. It's not a book, you know. I kid you not. One of my greatest inspirations is the Word.
Yes, sir.
My pastor. The example. Like, if you're not faith based, I don't want you to feel like that you got to check out at this point. I want you to understand that the principles inside of the Word work for whomsoever. You know, not to steal from it, but to understand that the character that is building as an individual and the way that you do business and the way that you're going to grow is going to manifest something for you, and reciprocity is going to teach you that the lifestyle of business. So I would give my our YouTube WTC space LV on YouTube, and that's where, from my pastor, he recommended 2 books for me: Soar by T.D. Jakes, and the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell.
John Maxwell.
Man, like, so those 2 books. But if I can't say those 2 books without saying the man that it came from and where it came from. Of course, all glory to God.
No,
you know what I mean,
but
it's like,
I can say the same thing with my leadership in my church, man.
Yeah,
they exposed me to so many things that, you know, even outside of just preaching to me, but just in how to do and how to conduct myself, even as a man. So I appreciate that, man. This is, if you guys understand something, this is some of the first episodes of the Shareholders podcast, and step out on faith. Like I said, I went to that wellness thing and had no idea, and then I saw my brother and just asked him, and then it's not like he couldn't even look back and see, well, let me see all these shareholder podcasts. He stepped out on faith to come here, and I am so glad he did, because this was outstanding, my brother. Please give all your plugs, though, where people can find you.
All right, so you can find me on Instagram. That's at JAYTRAINZZ. You can find me on Facebook. It's J Trainz as well. Reach out and contact with me. I'm not a traditional businessman. I'm a new age businessman. Communicate with me. Let's talk, you know. If you can't necessarily always make it to the gym, okay, well, let me see how I can continue to help you in your lifestyle and grow where you're at. If you want to remain at the personal gym that you're at, cool, remain at the gym. I'm not trying somebody's going to snake something from you. I'm somebody that's trying to get something to you. You know, so you can hit me on Instagram, Facebook. My phone number is 702-272-3409. If you have a conversation, shoot out a text. You know, seriously, make sure it's fitness related because my fiance is not going to play that.
That's right. That's right.
It's create a relationship with somebody that understands something and you see what happens from it. You know, Michael Jordan created a relationship with his coaches. What happened? He's the greatest of all time. Yeah. You know, you have somebody like Peyton who created a relationship with his father, who was an NFL quarterback. He became an NFL quarterback. Well, of course, he created a relationship with his father, but he's a creative NFL quarterback. He's arguably one of the greatest.
One of the best ever.
You know, Tom Brady, who was 7th round, created a relationship with Bill Belichick, and now he is the GOAT.
Still
you know,
playing.
Create a relationship with somebody that knows something about what you want. And that works for anything. It doesn't have to be for training.
Yeah, that's for all aspects.
Get you a mentor is what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is the Shareholders podcast on the Mighty Sharp Network, and I'm with Jay Trainz. It's Monty Mont here. People, please, please, please give us a subscribe, a like. Let somebody know about this one. I'm not even just saying that to be self-serving, but, man, he dropped some gems on us today, and I'm really glad for my brother. Please support him. As you can see, he's not your typical trainer. So if you're really ready to be serious and really want to, like he said, a relationship. That's what he said. He said what separates is the relationship. I go to one of them big box gyms, and you see, and I'm not hating, but it's just like clients. But it's not
it's
relationship.
Numbers. It's like cattle. Numbers, it's like it's just an assembly line. Yeah. Let's get you in. Let's get you out. Let's get you for 30 minutes. Sitting there watching the clock. Oh, yep. Your time's up. I'm like, hold on, wait. Did you get anywhere? Are they dealing with anything? Is there anything that's mentally, holding them back from applying intensity in their workout? So, relationships are everything, man.
So check him out, please. We will be back next week with some more on the Mighty Sharp Network. As you know, we're doing some couple more shows and things like that. But in our startup, man, it's so great to have great guests because it really helps. I learned it from my last podcast. Thank you again, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you so much. You guys stay sharp.
All right. Bless up.
Wow. Man, that